Good morning. Buenos dias, and I am pointed oddly off-center today. We're going to take a minute and try to actually face a little more of you, a little bit better. All right. Welcome to Bay Area Unitarian Universalist Church. I'm Reverend Katie McQuage Lucas, and my pronouns are she and hers. Welcome to our holiday pageant. I am looking forward to seeing how we pull it off, but I think we can do it. I think we've got some acting ability and some star power in this room. Whoever you are, whomever you love, however you've arrived here today in body, in mind, in heart, in spirit, whether you're joining us here in person or watching us online now or later, wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. Bienvenidos aquí. If it's your first time, if it's your 500th time, you are welcome here. We are glad that you are here, and we are glad to be here together. I have opening words from Reverend Sherry Woodbury. Let us enter this sacred sanctuary the way an infant enters the bright world, squinting in wonder, holding to another, taking it all in. Let us open all our senses and let our synapses spark, one connection after another, as we make sense of the world and find joy with each other and follow the instinct to play. Come and let us worship together.
Good morning. My name is Kathy Charles. I'm the worship associate today, and my pronouns are she and her. Today, Beth Shepard will light our chalice. We light this chalice for the joy of gathering together. May this flame remind us of the warmth we create when we share our lives, our light, and our love. We are community bound by shared purpose and the desire to make the world a better place for all. Please stand as you are willing and able and join us in the opening song, People Look East, number 226. Our beliefs are diverse and inclusive. We have no shared creed. Our shared covenant is expressed through the inseparable and deeply interdependent shared values of interdependence, pluralism, justice, transformation, generosity, and equity, all centered around love. Please join me in saying our covenant. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is the sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, thus do we covenant with one another.
Please join me now in saying our covenant in Spanish. El amor es la doctrina de esta iglesia. La búsqueda de la verdad es su sacramento y el servicio es su oración. Vivir en paz, en comunidad, buscar el conocimiento en libertad, servir a la humanidad en fraternidad. Así es como pactamos entre nosotros. I was going to begin our candle time by lighting our candle for Advent, but I think I'm going to switch up my order a little bit. I'd like to begin with our white candle of peace today, because we need to hold in our hearts the people of Rhode Island, but also the Jewish community of Australia. It is Hanukkah. They were celebrating Hanukkah when violence came to them. And so I light this candle of peace as also a little bit of a candle for Hanukkah and a little bit of a candle for the Jewish people in particular, but also for all of us who are living in fear of violence. I also light it in the hope that it will spark change, because that has happened in Australia before, and they can lead the way in making the world safer and more peaceful, and perhaps we might learn from them. So let us hold a moment of silence while I light the candle for peace, and I'll go ahead and light some other candles. I light, as always, our red candle of community to remind us that we are not alone, that we are bound together in connections in this community and also in the ever-widening circles of community that radiate outward from here into the larger community. I also light our third Advent candle today, our candles for hope, peace, and the rose candle for joy. I offer a poem by Stuart Kestenbaum on joy. The asters shake from stem to flower, waiting for the monarchs to alight. Every butterfly knows that the end is different from the beginning, and that it is always a part of a longer story in which we are always transformed. When it's time to fly, you know how, just the way you knew how to breathe, just the way air knew to find its way into your lungs, the way the geese know when to depart, the way their wings know how to speak to the wind, a partnership of feather and glide lifting into the blue dream. Amid all that goes on in the world, we also have our own lives, a tapestry of hopes and dreams and worries and sorrows, celebrations and joys all mixed up together, all woven together, and we have all brought those things into this space and into this sanctuary this morning. Whatever it is you have brought in the door with you this week, whether joy or sorrow or something in between, I invite you to bring it forward and light a candle that we might share in this moment with you. Remember that whatever you've brought, you're not alone. We witness it and we witness you. If you would like a candle brought to you, please raise your hand. For this Advent season and for our Christmas pageant, I offer a prayer from the Christian tradition. It's from a Father Austin Fleming. He's a Catholic priest who served in Concord, Massachusetts for decades. And I have to assume this prayer made its way into UU circles through our Concord congregation, because we are all friends with each other, you know. I invite you to enter into the spirit of this prayer, however is comfortable for you in your theology. Spirit of the living God, turn our faces to the east to look for your presence. Turn our faces in any and every direction from which you draw near to us. Teach us to look for you in places we would not expect to find you. Teach us to find you in places so well known to us that we now fail to see you there. Help us to see you in every guest we entertain. Let the beauty of a rose of any bloom reveal your presence to us. Let every bird who wings across the sky above remind us of the freedom that is ours. Let every star in the heavens be a light in the darkness of our lonely nights. Never let us forget that you are love, and that those who abide in love abide in you. Teach us to look east, sweet mystery, and north and south and west, that we may find you in every place we look, including ourselves. Amen. All right, friends, it is time for A Christmas Carol. And I'll do a little bit of an intro while Gloria comes up to help me with the rest. Charles Dickens was a Unitarian-ish. Yep, aren't we all? I know, dear. He visited Boston in 1842, and he met a lot of Unitarians. He met William Ellery Channing and Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, who became a lifelong friend. And when he went back to England, he started attending one of the Unitarian chapels there. And this was the time period in which he wrote A Christmas Carol. It's not a story about the creed of Christianity. It's a story about how to live Christian values. And Dickens went back and forth between the Church of England, in which he was raised, and Unitarian churches. And he was always inspired by the attention Unitarians paid to the poor and the downtrodden and their efforts towards social reform. And I will now invite Gloria up and reshuffle my papers so that we don't get too confused. We don't need multiple copies of the script or we're going to be so confused.
Okay. So here's how it works. As you arrived, some of you agreed to either be a sound effect or hold up the character that is being discussed or in the play as we talk about that character. We do have a few left. Raise your hand if you would like to be some of the characters in this play.
We got one.
All right. Yes, Jeff, I left them out on the chair. Would you mind going to get them? And I think we have somebody. The only one we don't have right now is Christmas Yet to Come, because he's been taken twice. We have Mrs. Cratchit, Tiny Tim, oh, good, and Marley.
Mark wants to be Marley. And we got all our sound effects.
And we have all of our sound effects. Good.
All right.
You didn't get one, Jeff. Are you okay?
You'll be
Okay.
all right.
All right. So when I say the prop you have, you will hold it up and wave it around, or stand if you wish, but you don't need to. And if you want to, you can even act it out a bit. For example, when I say the line, every now and again, Cratchit would look at the clock and sigh with a worried look on his face. Everyone with the Mr. Cratchit prop will hold them up and wave them around, and then you can even pretend to have a very worried look on your face.
We
Okay.
encourage you to just, as inspiration moves you.
Yes.
And I think I start us off.
All right. Do you leave this one for
Yeah,
you?
why don't we just leave it up there and trade off? Marley was dead to begin with. There is no doubt whatever about that, and this must be distinctly understood or nothing wonderful can come of the story I'm going to relate. Scrooge was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, hard and sharp as flint, solitary as an oyster. The cold within him froze his face, nipped his nose, shriveled his cheek, and stiffened his gait. He carried his low temperature with him and did not thaw it at Christmas. Once upon a time, of all the days in the year, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy at his counting house. He kept the door of his office open so he could keep an eye on his clerk. It was already getting dark and colder, but Mr. Scrooge and his clerk, Mr. Cratchit, were still hard at work. Every now and again, Cratchit would look at the clock and sigh with a worried look on his face as the minutes continued to pass by. It got colder and darker and foggier, but outside the counting house, people were scurrying to and fro, buying food for tomorrow's feasts and presents and singing Christmas songs. Some very brave carolers came to the front door of the counting house and began to sing. So let's all sing verse 1 of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, if we're ready for that. I don't know if my musician is queued up. We're gonna do verse 1 of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. We'll sing it a cappella. Rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay, for Jesus Christ our Savior was born upon this day, to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Scrooge threw his ruler at the door with a loud bang, and the carolers scattered. At last, it was closing time. "You'll want all day off tomorrow, I suppose," said Scrooge. "If quite convenient, sir." "It's not convenient," said Scrooge, "and it's not fair. Bah, humbug." "But it's Christmas," replied Mr. Cratchit, "and it's only once a year." "A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December," said Scrooge, buttoning his greatcoat to the chin. "But I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier next morning." Eventually, Scrooge left work and walked home to his empty house. Tired, grumpy, he sat down in front of a fire to eat his dinner. And suddenly, he heard a strange noise coming from down the hall. A noise as if someone was dragging a heavy chain. The noise came nearer and nearer until finally Scrooge saw a ghost coming in through the heavy doors. "What? Who are you?" Scrooge yelled. "In life, I was your business partner, Jacob Marley." Scared and confused, Scrooge asked, "Why are you bound in chains?" "I wear the chain I forged in life," replied the ghost. "I made it link by link and yard by yard. I put it on of my own free will. I misused my life."
But But you were always a good man of business, Jacob, said Scrooge, who began to wonder about what this might mean for himself. Business, cried the ghost, shaking the chains again. Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, benevolence were all my business. Your chain was this long 7 years ago when I died. How long is it now? Speak comfort to me, Jacob, Scrooge said. I have none to give, the ghost replied. All I can do tonight is warn you. But you still have time. Tonight you will be haunted by 3 spirits. I think I'd rather not, said Scrooge. The first will come when the clock strikes 1. Couldn't I have them all at once and get it over with, Jacob? The spirit backed away towards the window, which opened to let him out, and Scrooge could hear the terrible sounds of other spirits out in the darkness moaning and clinking their chains. When the clock strikes 1, Scrooge tried to say humbug, but just quietly went to bed.
Before long, the clock struck 1, waking Mr. Scrooge. Light flashed, and Scrooge found himself face to face with the first spirit. She was strange, like a child and an old woman at the same time. Her hair reached down her back, and it was white with age, but her face had not a wrinkle on it. She was dressed in white and carried a candle. Are you the spirit I was told would come to me? Scrooge asked. I am the ghost of Christmas past. Long ago? Scrooge asked, because this spirit seems small and strange. No, you're past. Walk with me. Before Scrooge knew what was happening, before he could object that he was in his pajamas, and it was awfully dark and cold outside, the ghost of Christmas past grabbed his hand, yanked him off the chair, and flew him back in time. They landed outside next to a house that had been beautifully decorated for Christmas. They peered in through a window, and Scrooge could see children running and playing. Do any children want to run around and play? Around the Christmas tree was a Christmas party. Scrooge sighed because he knew he was not at this Christmas party. He could see, as if the walls were made of glass, that he was alone in another room. A dark and dirty home, a cold and hungry boy. Poor child, he said to this little boy. The scene whirled around him, and now it was a different party and a different gathering. Why, it's old Fezziwig. Bless his heart, it's Fezziwig, alive again. I was apprenticed here. There were cakes and fiddles and all sorts of people talking and laughing, and Scrooge could see people dancing. You can dance if you would like. And old Mr. Fezziwig, dancing with old Mrs. Fezziwig. He saw himself as a young man dancing with a pretty girl. We will sing Deck the Hall.
At the end of the song, the ghost of Christmas past asked, "Do you remember this?" "Oh, yes," said Scrooge. "Look at how happy I was." "My time grows short," observed the spirit. "Quick." The scene changed again, and now he was older, and so was the pretty girl, and she was handing him a ring, the ring he had once given her, and she turned away and left him, and he could see that she was crying. "Spirit," cried Scrooge, "why do you torment me?" And now he was in a house, and he saw the girl, quite a bit older, a mother now, with children playing, and a man, the father of the children, came through the door with presents. "Leave me, spirit, take me back, and haunt me no longer." And just like that, the spirit grabbed Scrooge by the hand, and they flew back to Scrooge's home, where he quickly fell asleep once again. Within no time at all, the clock struck 2, waking Scrooge up in the middle of a snore. When Scrooge opened his eyes, the ghost of Christmas Present, who had curly brown hair and sparkling eyes and wore a green robe with white fur, stood before him. The spirit's feet were bare, and on their head they wore a holly wreath. Scrooge's dim rooms were somehow filled with light, and Scrooge was shaken by what he had already seen, and he felt almost shy now. I'm the ghost of Christmas Present, and I want to show you what you're missing," they said.
The ghost of Christmas Present took Scrooge by the hand and flew him outside. People were cleaning snow off sidewalks, singing and laughing as they worked. People with last-minute purchases were running home from the store. Bells jingled on vehicles, and people were singing. They floated along the streets to Bob Cratchit's house. And as they peered through the window, they could see that the Cratchit family was getting ready to eat their Christmas dinner. Mrs. Cratchit had just called everyone to the table when Bob Cratchit came in with Tiny Tim, his youngest son, upon his shoulders. Scrooge noticed that there was not as much food on the table as he had seen in other houses along the way, and he noticed, too, that Tiny Tim could not stand well when he stood, and he coughed a great deal. "Listen," said the ghost of Christmas Present. Scrooge pressed his ear to the window and listened as Mrs. Cratchit said, "A Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us," which all the family re-echoed. "God bless us. God bless us, everyone," said Tiny Tim, the last of all. "A toast to Mr. Scrooge," said Bob, "the founder of the feast." "The founder of the feast, indeed," said Mrs. Cratchit. "I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast on." "My dear," said Bob, "the children. Christmas Day." Everyone awkwardly drank the toast. It's out of order.
No, we're out of order. I bet we can make it work. Wow, we are missing pages. We're going to put us on pause for a moment, figure out what happened here. I know. Oh, yeah, we've got another script. I'll grab that in a moment. It's just that that script doesn't have all of our...
Here we go.
And it is my turn. All right, I think we're good. "They truly are a wonderful family," Scrooge said, "but ghost of Christmas Present, what's wrong with the little boy?" "Oh, Scrooge," the ghost of Christmas Present replied, "how could you not know Mr. Cratchit has worked for you for years? Tiny Tim is very ill, and the family has no money for medicine. He doesn't have much time." And then Scrooge heard the sound of the ticking clock. The clock struck 3. And the ghost of Christmas Present faded away. Within moments, Scrooge saw what he knew to be the third spirit coming towards him. Slowly and silently, it came nearer and nearer, and if anybody wants to creep up the aisles extra spookily, you're invited to do so. This spirit was very tall, and it wore a deep black piece of clothing that covered its whole body and left nothing visible but the outstretched hand. "Are you the ghost of Christmas yet to come?" Scrooge asked. "I fear you more than any other spirit." The ghost of Christmas yet to come nodded but did not say a word and just waved for Scrooge to follow. "Spirit, what will happen to Tiny Tim?" he asked. But the spirit did not answer.
As they wandered through the city, Scrooge heard some men talking about a terrible man who had died and just been buried. And as they went along, Scrooge looked here and there to find himself, but he was nowhere to be seen. Scrooge wondered who that dead man might be, because he was beginning to understand the choices that he had made and how other people would speak of him in his life. Silently, the ghost of Christmas yet to come and Scrooge walked through the streets of the city. The ghost of Christmas yet to come took Scrooge to a churchyard and stood among the graves. And slowly he pointed down to one, and Scrooge's eyes followed the ghost's finger and read upon the stone his very own name, Ebenezer Scrooge. "Why do you show me this? Am I past all hope? Answer me, ghost. I don't want to become like Marley. Tell me what to do. And what about Tiny Tim?" But the ghost of Christmas yet to come remained silent. Scrooge dropped to his knees and he looked up at ghost of Christmas yet to come. "I can change, and I will change. I will learn to keep the Christmas spirit in my heart. In fact, I will keep it all year round. I will not ignore the lessons that I have learned tonight. I will change my fate." Full of fear, Scrooge just shivered, but the ghost of Christmas yet to come did not respond. Instead, he began to shrink until he finally faded away. Scrooge held his head in his hands and cried. Eventually, he lay down in the snow and fell asleep. When he awoke, Scrooge was back in his bed, in his very own room. And the room was dark, but he could hear church bells. Scrooge sat up in bed and gasped for breath, still with tears on his cheeks. "Oh, Jacob Marley, thank you. I don't know how long I've been among the spirits. I don't know anything. I'm quite a baby. Never mind, I don't care. I'd rather be a baby." He ran to the window, opened it, looked out, and saw the kids playing below. "Hello, down there. Tell me, what day is it?" "Why, it's Christmas," they replied. "I haven't missed it," Scrooge shouted. "It's not too late. Tell me, do you know if they've sold the big Christmas turkey at the market?" "What? The one as big as me? No, it's definitely still there," yelled one of the boys. "How wonderful. I'll buy it and I'll send it to the Cratches." And he put the boy and the turkey in a cab and sent them on their way with a few extra treats that he had bought while the boy was buying the turkey. Then he went to his nephew's house, and bursting up the steps and through the door, his nephew was astonished, and so was the rest of his family. They said, "Merry Christmas." And he said, "Am I too late for dinner?" It was a wonderful party with wonderful games, and even though he had never been kind to them in the past, the whole lot of them welcomed him kindly to join in the fun.
The next morning, he went to the office humming to himself, and the clock ticked, ticked, ticked. A small bell rang. It was now 9:15. Bob Cratchit was, probably for the first time in his life, late. Cratchit hurried into his little room, sat down on his desk, and began to write as fast as he could to make up for being late. "What do you mean by coming here at this time of day?" said Scrooge. "It's only once a year, sir," pleaded Bob, "and it shall not be repeated. I was rather merry yesterday, sir." And Scrooge smiled, thinking of the very, very large turkey he had sent. "I'm not going to stand this sort of thing any longer. And therefore," he continued, leaping from his stool, "therefore I am about to raise your salary." Bob Cratchit wondered if he was going to have to call for the doctor. And then Scrooge continued, "Merry Christmas, Bob, and a merrier Christmas, Bob, my good fellow, than I have given you for many a year. I'll raise your salary. We'll try to help your struggling family. We will discuss your affairs this very afternoon over a nice hot drink. And add some coals to the fire and warm up this office before you dot another I, Bob Cratchit." And Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He became as good a friend in person as anyone ever knew, and people laughed when they saw the alteration in him, but he let them laugh and he did not mind. It was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well. May that be truly said of us and all of us, and as Tiny Tim observed, God bless us, everyone. And now, beloveds, previewing or entering into the beginnings of the Christmas and holiday spirit of generosity and giving, it is time for the offering to support the care and work of this community. Please give as generously as you are able, knowing it will be received in gratitude. And if this is your first time with us, please know that your presence is gift enough. Please join me in the blessing of the offering. This gift from the abundance of my life blesses me, our ministries, and the world. And those of you with eagle eyes will have noticed that I just skipped the musical meditation. That was supposed to be our party music for Scrooge's family dinner. So if we would like to just do it now, that would be lovely.
Thank you. Back to the order of service. We are to announcements, if you're following along. We still have a few poinsettias left. They're $10 each, and your purchase helps support adults with disabilities. Please consider buying one to brighten your home for the holidays. See Lillian Bell after the service to get yours today. The mitten tree could use a little more love. It still has lots of room for decorations. Everyone is invited to bring new mittens, hats, scarves, gloves, socks, umbrellas, raincoats, ponchos, or something else that you think of to decorate it in Cockrell Hall.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh. We have visitors. Today's an exciting day at Bay Area Unitarian Universalist Church when Santa and Mrs. Santa show up. That's so great. Okay, I'm going to get to these quick so we can go see them. You may have noticed Christmas cards in the foyer. Please take a few minutes to stop by and sign some for our homebound members and friends. The care team is preparing Christmas bags, which will be delivered next week, along with lots of holiday cheer. The bags are labeled with names of those who will receive them, and the more cards, the better. If you'd like to help deliver the Christmas bags, please contact Lynn Young. This Wednesday is the last Wednesday night dinner of the year. Join us for Vespers at 5:45, and after dinner, we'll gather in the sanctuary at 6:30 for a special Yule Vespers service. With the winter solstice approaching on December 21st, this quiet service offers a moment to honor the turning of the season, the last of the lengthening darkness before the light begins to grow again, and then at 7 p.m. stay for game night in Cockrell Hall. Plus, I think it's going to get warm again. The Covenant of UU Pagans, or CUPS, meets this Thursday, December 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the sanctuary. This group explores earth-centered spiritual paths that honor nature, the seasons, and the sacred web of life through discussion and hands-on practices. All paths are welcome. If you are new to Bay Area Unitarian Universalist Church and want to stay connected, scan the QR code on the screen to sign up for our weekly email. And now, most importantly, after the service today, please stay and join us for our holiday potluck brunch in Cockrell Hall. If you're visiting or forgot to bring a dish, just join us anyway. There will be plenty of food for everyone. You might have noticed that we have special guests here with us today. Santa and Mrs. Santa will be joining us to hear Christmas wishes and for photo opportunities. It's a joyful way for us to celebrate the season together. And now, if you will rise in body and spirit, join us in the closing song, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. I bet we don't need words for this one. We got this.
Whenever we pull out some of the older lyrics, I'm always amazed at how many Christmas carols are actually threats to receive alcoholic beverages. Extortion, all of it. Let us sing the magic of imagination by which we know one another and learn the lives of eras gone by. Let us sing the magic of creation by which we build the world of our soul and teach its wisdom to others young and old. Let us sing the magic of our lives together, holding and shaping by breath from heart to lung all new life that is to come. As we go forth with songs on our lips perhaps, and definitely in our hearts, let us bring joy to the world around us. Go in joy, go in peace, and see you at brunch.